I turned down the volume a bit too low. Okay, no way. They have drag queens for the interval act. Oh my god. I don't recognize any of them though, which is weird. Sounds like a typical drag queen song. Meaning not great. Definitely not super challenging vocally. Seriously, they booked queens that were not on UK Drag Race. Weird. Drag Race UK. Sorry, Drag Race UK. They should have booked the Frog Destroyers. Obviously. Unless they just really, like, what? They couldn't afford the Frog Destroyers? Come on. BBC, what the hell? Okay, anyways, let's talk. I mean, theoretically, I should start this at 45 past 10, right? So I don't want to say anything too important before. Oh, see what I'm starting to do? Important. I don't want to start anything important before, you guys have a chance to join. And I see no one has joined yet. So I guess we could wait a bit. The rest will follow. Who sang the song for your mind? What the hell? Oh, Jesus. That was a mini heart attack. I was worried that I was going to lose my internet connection right before the planned moment of going live. So I'm wondering if I probably have those queens in my memory card game. Let me show you. I got this for my birthday, and this is basically memory game, but with drag queens, UK drag queens actually, and they're like in and out of drag, and you have to match the out of drag with the in drag version. So this is really cool, and a lot of those here are the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race UK, but there are some other British queens here as well. So probably these girls here are in here somewhere, but I haven't played it enough times to recognize them. I don't know if this is because I started transmitting broadcasting before this interval act started that I'm not so into it. That could be it. But I really feel like the previous interval acts I don't know, were just a little bit More impactful? Well, definitely the first one. I didn't mention this last time. I forgot to talk about it. But the first semifinals, first interval act, it was to an extent, the one that was with the Ukrainian singer and the British singer singing "Ordinary World" by Duran Duran. And it was a bit over the top, but I gotta say I teared up. I mean, it was really moving, and I think that it was very, very compelling. Like, the story was told so kind of straightforwardly that you could make no mistake what it was about, and kind of you were feeling all of those feelings of, like, really, really feeling compassion for the people who went through the terror of, having your loved ones being at risk of dying, and it's, not knowing what's happening to them, etc., the uncertainty, having to leave your home. And yeah, I mean, it was really, really good. The Rita Ora interval act, I mean, I'm no fan of Rita Ora, and I thought it was very meh. It was really not interesting. And the best part of her interval act was when she was doing "Praise You Like I Should," which is not her song, is Fatboy Slim song. So, what does that say about you as an artist if the best part of your performance is a cover of another artist? I mean, just saying. Anyways, okay. They're showing some stuff. Mo Zemerlov. He was there also last time, I think. Anyways, let me talk a little bit about the stuff that's outside the songs, not connected with the songs. So last time I also didn't mention that I think that the postcards this year are really nice. I really love the concept that, they found places, similar places in 3 different countries, one in Ukraine, one in the UK, and one in the country that's presented, that's supposed to go on the stage. I prefer it when the postcards are from the countries that are represented rather than just from the host country. I mean, that's just at least my personal preference. I think that also it's just more engaging for the viewers, right? Like, sure, they announced the order before the show, naturally, but most people don't know it, and even the ones that do check it, they don't have it memorized. So I think that when that postcard comes on, and then you kind of like, first you're guessing like, oh, what country is this? I kind of find it more fun than just seeing places from the host country. Especially to me, Italy, it was just weird that they decided to go with that last year, because Italy doesn't really need promoting. Like, it's literally one of the most touristy places in the world. So I didn't get why they did that. I mean, maybe they wanted to promote places that are maybe less often traveled to than, the not the biggest, the most important tourist destination, but still, I don't know. I thought that was like, why? It's a bit like London or Paris organizing the Olympics. Why? You don't need that. But okay, anyway. Ah, what else? Right, dresses today. Okay, so definitely Alicia's dress is much, much better than the previous one, than the one in the first semifinal. It still is probably my least favorite out of the 3 that we have today. I have to say, because it's black, but it's a bit shimmery fabric. You can see it, but it's not shiny or shimmery enough. So the problem with black, that if it's too matte, again, the details are just gonna get lost. So again, designers, you got to be careful with black. It doesn't really, show up on camera as well as it does in real life, especially black, matte black fabrics, which is, for instance, what, like people were going gaga over brunette on the turquoise carpet. I did not like her outfit at all, because like I said, the skirt was matte black. And yeah, so you just couldn't see any kind of details or any sort of features or any kind of texture. It had a train, so that's good because Noah Kirel, on the other hand, had just a tube skirt. I hate tube skirts. Yesterday, I was like the previous time, I was thinking that I should do like a rant on tube skirts, but you know what? I'll save it for some other time. But anyway, anyway, black. Be careful with that. And then what? And also, I mean, Alicia's skirt does have a weird shape to it as well. Like it has a lot of volume on one side, but not the other. It's again, like I don't know. Her stylists really need to step up their game, I would say. Julia looks the coolest again, although the color is not my favorite. I'm not such a huge fan of that particular shade you know um of blue. Actually, it's very common. A lot of people wear dresses in this color for weddings in Poland, and I just do not think it's a particularly elegant color. Like it's like it's neither dark nor bright. It's anyway, whatever. And I keep forgetting her name. What the hell? What the hell's wrong with me? Um, I need to Google it again. Was it Sarah Waddingham? Hannah Waddingham. Sorry. Yeah. Hannah Waddingham looks good today. Looks good. The canary yellow, again, maybe not my favorite, but hello, Agatha. Nice to see I have loyal fans. Yeah, so Hannah Waddingham looks good, although again, not my favorite. Again, Julia this time is my favorite in terms of style. Okay, wow. Let's have a look at my list. Okay, so I gotta say, this semifinal, honestly, I'm not certain about anyone. And this is the thing. I actually predicted that last time that it could be less predictable, and it is. Theoretically, we have the weaker songs this semifinal, but people just brought so much energy to the stage. I feel like everyone was just jumping through hoops up there. Seriously. Like it just had a lot more vigor than many of the first semifinal performance, in my opinion. So first on my list is Australia. And am I 100% certain that they're going to get in? No, I'm not 100% certain, to be honest. I really, really want them to get in, though, because, like, that they're one of my favorite acts this year. I do believe that the song is strong enough. Vocally, wasn't perfect, was definitely shaky. But yeah, and I gotta say, I gotta give props to the backing vocalist. I think it's the guy who plays the bass that does the growl and also some of the backing vocals, and he was like really good. I mean, he sounded just like the studio version, just very reliable singer. Of course, he didn't sing that much, like because he's not the lead vocalist. But I just thought that I should give him props, right? Because he really helped carry the last part of the song. So that's important. So yeah, even though the vocals were not perfect, I still have to say that there was great energy on the stage. I thought the staging was pretty good. um yeah, I mean, I like the mixing red and blue, very contrasting colors. Definitely looked very 80s. Finally, the car on the stage made sense to me. Because when they were showing the snippets from the rehearsals, they didn't explain, like they always show them performing in front of the car. So it was like, did they just randomly brought in a car? Why? you know Looks a bit like American Song Contest, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, good. What else? Okay, so the next up on my list is Slovenia. Slovenia, I think that they're probably, I'm the most certain about them, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. Actually, because it was really fun. Really fun. They had fun up on that stage. The vocals were on point. And, it was really funny because it really was like the 70s, but reimagined by the 90s, Like, just think of that 70s show, right? It's the real actual 70s were not as joyful and as colorful in real life, but that's kind of what people associated with that decade, I think, in the 90s. And it really felt like that. And yeah, it's a nice image, and I would say that the entire band had something to do, which is good, because that's often the issue with bands on Eurovision, is that, well, the vocalist sings, but the rest of the group doesn't know what to do with themselves. Here I think that they gave everyone something to do, and overall it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. I still hate the backing vocals. I'm not a fan of them, but not because they were bad in terms of the technique, but I just don't particularly like that, that stylistically I don't like it. Anyway, Austria, I do believe in the song. But I have to say that it felt less fun than it did in the music video. It does lose some of its charm when you don't have a lot of that crazy imagery, etc. I felt like they spent a bit too much time at the back of that stage. Throughout the song, they came out to the front a bit too late, in my opinion. But yeah, that's just, so I don't know. That's why I'm also like I said, I'm not certain about anyone in this semifinal. So we'll see. However, like I said, I still do believe in the song, and I think it is memorable in this, and it stands out. Armenia, great performance. I think that definitely, before this semifinal, I was sure that this is like, okay, that's a sure qualifier for this one. And I still think that, again, I think it gets a bit more lost in the mix, because like I said, a lot of the other entries were really high energy. But yeah, I do think the vocals were good. The staging was interesting. I thought that it worked really well on TV, which, not all of the delegations keep that in mind, right? Like, some of them are filmed more like just, a concert. They're just filmed like, yeah, this is just a broadcast from a concert. But some of the delegations think more about showing it more like a music video, making it look more like a music video. And I think that here they struck the right balance. Not stroke. They struck the right balance with Armenia. Estonia, really, I do think that there's out of the I kind of have this feeling like a lot of these songs you could put in pairs, right? Like they're either in the same genre or they have a similar type of artist. And I would probably pair Estonia with Lithuania. Of course, Estonia feels darker, and Lithuania is more cheerful, hopeful, uplifting. But they're both ballads with good vocalists. But I just think that Estonia, because it's a bit darker, it's a little bit more interesting, and a bit more memorable for that reason. And I do think that the vocals were more interesting, not better necessarily, because I think that Monika Linkita did a really good job vocally as well. But I just think that, Alika from Estonia is just, she has a bit more charisma, a little bit more magnetism on that stage. So even though I am not a fan of the song and you guys know it, I think she's getting in. Then Poland, I was kind of thinking for sure we're qualifying before the semifinal started, because I thought, well, it's going to stand out so much. etc. It's so ridiculous that for sure we're getting in. Now I don't know really, honestly, because she did much better vocally, but that could also make it less memorable and make it stand out a bit less. I also think that our delegation screwed up big time because the short fragment that they chose for the replay was not the opening baby. Like they should have just kept that like baby. Honestly, they could have just had 2 seconds. Baby. You know what you're voting for. But anyway, I still put us on the list, as you can see. So I still think we have a good chance of getting in. Also, because there's no other song in this particular kind of slightly reggaeton style. So I think we're getting in. And okay, from now on, it's more like wishful thinking, to be honest. Like, I have absolutely zero certainty about the next 4 songs. And honestly, I have 3 alternates. So you can see that I'm really, really uncertain about this. I'm not even certain about the first 6, to be honest. But okay, but these 4, I'm like very unsure. So next we have Albania. And again, I kind of put them on there because I love them. So I have no idea if the rest of Europe loves them, but I love them. And I think that they gave a powerful performance. They really brought fire. Vocally, they're very interesting. There's no one else singing in that style. You know, there's no other ethnic song really. You could argue Georgia a little bit, but I just feel like Albania is stronger in that regard. Belgium, because it's a fun song and it really looked a lot of fun on the stage. People were complaining about his vocals. I actually thought that they're good enough. They're good enough. You know, he makes it work. It's not a song that really relies on his vocals so much. It's more of a fun club song, and I think that it did feel really fun on the stage. The backing vocalists were great. The person who was voguing there looked really cool. So I think that they're getting in. San Marino, again, I just want them to qualify. But honestly, there's a lot of rock entries in this semifinal, so I think that probably one of them is not gonna make it. So yeah, like I said, this is probably wishful thinking on my part. I do think that, you know, the vocals were not great. I think that they were worse than at the nationals. Albania got in. Oh my god. Yeah. Beba is a meme. That is correct. All right. No, Agatha, I didn't want Albania to get in. I'm a sucker for songs like this, you know, and like Cyprus, fuck. They were my alternates, as you can see here. And to be honest, I was hoping they wouldn't get in. I gotta say, I still feel like it's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating. I mean, he was singing that high note, but he was getting a lot of help from the backing track, and you know, the vocals throughout the rest of the songs were again really shaky. So I didn't think that his performance was really good enough. However, Estonia, see, told you. Good. Too basic. I agree. Cyprus is a bit basic. However, I mean, like Wavy Blogs did point out that in this semifinal we have Greece and Cyprus together, and you know they're going to vote for each other. So Albania has a song like any other Oriental song. That's true, but I just like all Oriental songs. So it's fair. It's fair though. I don't like to get into those thinking like, oh, who is in the semifinal? Belgium, yay! Good. I really wanted him to qualify because I do like the song. I think it's fun. So, okay, Godfrey. At least it's an alternate that I actually included. I would say my other alternate is also Iceland and Greece. because Iceland, just so much energy. She's like a ball of energy, or what we call żywe srebro in Polish, this girl. And I think that she's just so cute that she might win people over. Greece, because Cyprus is in. Austria, yes. Okay, good. I was worried for them a little bit, but they made it. They made it. That's good. That's good. So far, so good. I do think that if Cyprus got in, okay, so the last one I didn't even mention is Georgia. So Georgia, San Marino, I'm not sure about either one of those. But let's see. Georgia did have a pretty, she has a strong voice. The staging looked really cool, but it was a bit too static for me. No fucking way. Lithuania, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Well, it was a good performance. It was a good performance. I should mention maybe which songs I'm sure are not getting in. Denmark's not getting in. I'd be like shocked if they made it. Romania's not getting in. And for me, and those two for sure. Yeah, Poland, baby, baby for the win. Okay. Yeah. It was okay. Nice melody. Yeah, Lithuania's like, okay. They're okay. But I really thought that I was maybe putting it against Estonia, maybe not really, not necessarily the correct way of thinking here. Oh my God, Australia. You guys, you must. Yes. Yes. Okay, well. Okay, Slovenia must get in. Because that one is, like I said, the only one that I'm really quite certain about. So if they don't make it, I will be shocked. San Marino, Georgia, honestly, have zero confidence in them. San Marino, I would like to get in. Georgia, I'm not crazy about, but out of all of the songs that were left, I was thinking I would prefer for Georgia to advance more than anyone else. We'll see. Armenia, yes. Okay, so there's one left, so that's gonna be Slovenia, I'm sure. So didn't go so well for me. Lithuania completely surprised me. They just sneaked up on me there. Okay, yes, Armenia. Yeah, Armenia's really, really good this year. Really, really good. If it's not Slovenia, I'll be shocked. I'll be floored if it's not Slovenia. Lithuania was on your list. Okay, so yeah, better than me then. Yeah, no, Greece, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Although he was cute. He gave a cute. Something with Inya. Yes, Slovenia. I told you. Yes. I know my Eurovision, at least mostly. Okay, so yeah, totally got these two wrong. But like I said, the last four were literally my wishful thinking. So yeah, forget this. I'm sorry, San Marino. I think you guys are hot and the song is fun. It was maybe a bit too repetitive, That's what I was thinking when I was watching it today. But it did end with a strong finish, so I was hoping that was going to pull them over that finish line, but unfortunately, no. Cyprus, I'm disappointed that they got in, to be honest. I don't think that they deserved to get in, to be honest. I would have preferred for Iceland to advance, honestly, because this girl is just So cute and lovely. Um, Greece, I would have even preferred than Cyprus, not because I prefer the song, but because I also think that that Victor Vernikos looked nice on that stage. He performed with more confidence than I expected of him. He's only 16 years old. I mean, so really, you would think he's very inexperienced, but he did really good. His vocals were not perfect, but I thought that his energy on the stage was good. And so, yeah, the only thing I was thinking was that, if you have Riley, who's a cute young boy, and Victor Vernikos, who's a cute young boy, and that out of these two, I would definitely think that Victor Vernikos would go in instead of Riley. Um, but yes, right now, why was I certain that Denmark and Romania wouldn't get in? Well, Denmark, because vocally it was the weakest out of everybody. So, yeah. And the song, again, is a bit repetitive and not strong enough. So, yeah, definitely his performance was probably the poorest out of everybody else's. Romania, what the hell is that revamp? Like, I wasn't a fan of the song originally either, but the revamp was made it way worse. Like, it to me, it just kind of gave me Alexeyev flashbacks, the Belarusian contestant from 2019. 2019, am I correct? Or 2018? One of those years. And when I first heard his song, it was honestly one of my favorites that year. But when they made the revamp was crap. The revamp was a piece of crap. And then the staging was also so tacky. It was clearly the worst entry out of everybody else. Not because he's a bad artist, and not because the song was bad, but because they butchered it so much. Like, they had such good material to work with from the beginning. Why did they mess it up? And Romania here wasn't strong to begin with, but it was decent. Then they slowed down the beginning, the entry, which was weird. And then, like, kind of, when it transitioned to a more upbeat, faster part, it was kind of awkward too. It feels like they stripped down the backing track a little bit, so it was more minimalistic. That was not a good idea. They also got rid of the dancers. And, like, yeah, sure, the original national selection performance was maybe a little bit chaotic, but at least it wasn't boring. There was stuff happening all the time. I think that Conchita Wurst, when she was reacting to it, she said that it was so messy, and I didn't know what was going on, but I want to watch it again. And yeah, it gave you that kind of joy and fun. And this time it was stripped of all the fun. His vocals were good, but they just couldn't salvage what was left of that song, and that song was not great to begin with, like I said. So that's why those two were my sure non-qualifiers. I honestly thought that Greece was not going to qualify for same reasons. Well, Iceland, I wasn't a fan of Iceland from the very beginning. I mean, the song, because the performer, I love her, honestly. Georgia, I was thinking they were not going to make it, even though she gave it her all. Yeah, the song was just it's not that it wasn't strong, it was just kind of weird. And the chorus was not very memorable. The lyrics were kind of gibberish, so unfortunately not great. I'm very, very happy that Albania made it, because I think that the bookmakers were not giving them good odds, and I thought that they were going to beat the odds. I really had faith in that song, and they made it, and I'm kind of happy that they made it against the predictions, against expectations. So that kind of makes me at least a bit happy. I'm sad that San Marino didn't make it, but hey, it is what it is. All in all, I don't think it's such a bad result for me. I didn't have that many like favorite songs in this semifinal, so I'm not that sad over the ones that didn't qualify, to be honest. And I'm not terribly mad about like Estonia qualifying, for instance. She's fine. She's fine. I think she deserved it. She definitely is probably the most confident singer. She was, I think, the most confident singer in this semifinal. So definitely in terms of singing, she probably topped it. So that's fair. That's fair. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. I won't see you at the grand final because I'm just going to be too kind of immersed in the whole thing. I'm going to be with my friends, so we're just going to be having fun, etc. So I won't be I won't be broadcasting then. I might film a reaction in the morning, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be super hungover and I won't be able to. So I'm not making any promises, but I'll definitely try to do like a nice, wrap up video, some nice kind of summary video. Last time I did that was in 2019. And then afterwards, it's like, the moment that Eurovision is over, it's very hard for me to motivate myself to do it. But I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's good to sort of go back to that. Almost no one wants to watch that because, like I said, once Eurovision is over, almost everyone loses interest and doesn't watch any Eurovision channels anymore until the national selection season starts. But anyway, but I'll probably do it anyway for my hardcore fans out there, which I could probably count on my fingers. But it doesn't matter. What matters is the quality, not the quantity. And I really love all of you guys who tune in to listen to me ramble on. And that makes me feel good about doing this. It makes me happy that I can share it with somebody. Nowadays, of course, I have more friends that actually do share my passion for Eurovision, but I still really, really love sharing my thoughts with you guys and reading your comments. So thank you very much. And yes, good night, sleep tight, and I'll see you next time. Tamara, hello. You're late. You can rewatch it when I upload the finished version, the recording. So bye, guys. Hey.